Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elijah. This is a commentary channel. I discuss pop culture and things like that. And if you're new to the channel, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or both. And sorry I've been gone for so long. I say this all the time, I disappear for months. School. College student. Yeah, so things happen. I look a little scruffy. Literally, I just got on the one. I said, no, I haven't filmed a YouTube video in a while. Let's do that. So look a little messy, but we're just gonna roll with it, and we're going. You got the mindset looking cute. You look cute. I don't make the rules. So in my head, I'm looking cute right now. So last time, I believe I discussed The Sims 4, and you guys, I have to say thank you. It didn't blow up or it didn't become this big sensation, but for me, it really did. My videos, my channel is really small, it's really tiny, very inconsistent. So I grew 30 subscribers from my last video and gained damn near 1,000 views from that. That's big in my book. That's big in my book. So I thank everybody who subscribed. I thank everybody who liked the video. I thank everybody who commented, everybody who even liked, disliked. I don't care what you did. Whoever engaged with my videos, thank you so much. Really means a lot. And now that I got that out the way, we're going to discuss Doctor Strange, as you can see from the title. We're going to discuss Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. Usually I have notes with me. I don't think I need that for this movie. I might get thrown tomatoes. I think I have a stain on my hat, but we won't let it fly. This movie was cute. It was cute. It was a have fun, good old time with my friends watching this movie. I could give it that. I would give it that. In terms of overall impact, I don't think it affected me. I don't think that it was a hitter to me. I have to put that clear, because I know the MCU stands, they like to get really in your, they like to tussle. I don't really like to tussle that much. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So I don't really like to tussle that much when it comes to opinions with TV shows and stuff, because one thing about me, I'm gonna keep mine. I'm gonna keep my opinion, and you're gonna have to roll with it or disagree with it and just shut the fuck up. I don't make the rules here. But okay, what I like to do when I discuss things, I discuss things in terms of the characters, the plot, the characters, and overall feelings, yada 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 yada. I might do all the characters because this brain don't work properly, so I might forget half the cast. But I will discuss. Also, I'm not good with names. I don't have notes. This is so bad and unprofessional. But guess what? You're either gonna roll with me, or you're not. Obviously spoilers. The plot of Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness really was a letdown. It was a humongous letdown, and I don't mean it as in oh, this was boring. They had no fun, no nothing. I didn't mean like that. I mean as if what the trailers were portraying in this film is not what we got. If you walked into the theaters to see this movie fresh after watching the trailer, you would think this is about to be the shit. You watch the trailers, period, you would have thought this movie was about to be the shit. It was not. It didn't give what it was supposed to give. It was supposed to give a lot of oomph, and it gave like yay, whatever. It didn't really tickle my fancy. I watched it with my friends, and we was making commentary, making jokes while we was doing our thing. We was having a little fun, having a little kiki. But the overall, I feel like if that was not there, I probably wouldn't have as much fun as I would have. Because one thing about me, I'm a commentator, and I am a little crazy in the membrane. I do talk to myself. I believe you all do. If you don't, you're the crazy one. Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness I was going to say it kind of dry, the moving force for this movie is the audience, but I can't even say that much because my audience was kind of dead. We all gasped when John Krasinski, I think that's how you say his name, when John Krasinski was he came in as Mr. Fantastic, but besides that, my audience was kind of it would just be my friends talking. We were the loud ones. Sorry to be those people. We were the loud ones. I'm bouncing all over the fucking place. Let's go back. I said a lot of shit. Let's go back. So, let's go back to what I talked about the trailer. That's where I was at. See, I should have notes. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have notes, but I don't feel like making them right now. The trailer. The trailer for Multiverse of Madness, like I said, it gives up a very different impression of what the movie is going to be about. For me, I thought Multiverse of Madness was going to be like multiverses crashing. People are like, whoever the villain was. I mean, I did figure that Wanda was going to be the villain, but I was thinking more like she's chasing through every single dimension. Things are happening. People are like, this could have been the movie for like Easter egg cameos. This could have been a nice little like a movie where the cameos made sense, where the cameos weren't just fan service. This felt a little fan service because if you really I have a person that's like right outside my door. If you hear birds chirping, it's the fucking Wanda pets out there. A lot of the cameos in this movie were unnecessary, and I feel as if Marvel was kind of forcing that. Like they needed something to be like, because I think this is like the first MCU movie since No Way Home, so they needed that like big like you know, we had Andrew Garfield, we had Mr. Tobey Maguire, we had I'm not good with names. We had like, you know, Dr. Ock, Lizard, Electro, this, that, and the third. We had all these cameos, which made sense for the movie, and it didn't really feel like more like a. And all of it was just rumors. So we was all thinking like, we was like, oh my god, is this true? Is this true? Is this true? Is this true? But this movie kind of felt like, okay, they seen rumors on the internet. It's like, hey, like, let's just make it happen. Like, let's just do it because why not? And that's what it felt like. It didn't really feel much of like a oh my god, like we were bamboozled and we didn't. No. Nothing felt big about it. Nothing felt impactful about this movie. And the trailers gave off that this movie was going to be the movie. This was going to be the movie that was probably going to top No Way Home. I remember tweeting on Twitter. I was like, No Way Home, but a crown. It's crown tipped with that trailer. That trailer looked amazing. And you go into the movie theater, and the trailer is the movie. You would not have any type of shock value during this movie because the movie is already. You already seen it with the trailer. Wanda releasing the hex, and she's telling Doctor Strange, oh, like when she was like, oh, when you guys do it, you got to see it with the heroes, but when I do it, I'm the enemy. When she says that, we've seen that. We've seen when she has the dark hold. We've seen when her fingers are black. We see when the evil Doctor Strange shows up. We see this. We see Professor X turning the fucking corner with his hand in the electric chair, the wheelchair. We see all these like cameos. All the cameos were seen. You walk in, you see the trailer. All the cameos you're seeing them. You already saw the movie. You walk into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and you already seen all the madness to the multiverse. You already seen it. I can't even give Multiverse of Madness the benefit of the doubt for the simple fact that I was not shocked. I was shocked for the gore and like the horror aspect of the film, but I wasn't really like, oh my god, like when Andrew Garfield came on No Way Home. But we all thought that was rumors. Like we all did not believe that was happening. We was like, okay, like Disney, Sony, they just let that. I'm sorry, something just popped in my head. A little side quest. What if Disney and Sony faked that whole Fallout thing so that we would not think that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire will be in the next Spider-Man movie? They think they so fucking slick. They think they... Come get your juice. Come get your juice because I got their tea. It's fine. I cracked the code. It's whatever. I also, like, another grab of mine too, like, I generally do think that Marvel needs to like let go of the comedy that they work so hard to do, because the comedy was cute in Avengers, it was cute in Iron Man, it was cute in characters who are supposed to be funny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, comedy makes sense in a Spider-Man movie. Comedy makes sense in an Iron Man movie. Comedy makes sense in a Deadpool movie. I get those characters are supposed to be funny, but characters like Doctor Strange, Wanda, who like literally lost everything, when people are in an actual war for the multiverse, I don't want that funny. I don't want things to be funny. This ain't like, is my pain funny to you? Like, if I was the fucking Scarlet Witch, and I saw the bitches making jokes about them being the fucking Sorcerer Supreme, I would look at them, I'm like, is my pain funny to you? Like, what's the joke? Bitch dead. Like, I would like what mouth? Like, I would do that to them every fucking time, because what's the joke? What is funny to you? I lost my kids. And it's just, I'll get into that when I speak about Wanda, because I have a lot of, because that's mother. That is my mother. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Today's Mother's Day. Marvel and the comedy don't work like it used to do. Like, I don't even think it used to work. I just think they just got away with it because it was more centered towards children. But now that the MCU is slowly but steadily getting darker, we don't need the comedy. And this is why I like the Batman. I'm sorry, I like the Batman 2022. I enjoyed the Batman because that comedy aspect was gone. And I feel like the superhero movies, we don't need comedy that much. I don't need comedy. I don't want it. I don't want it unless I'm looking for it. And I'm not looking for comedy, so why would I want comedy out of a movie that was not supposed to be a comedy? It was serious. It gives that comic book feel. It gives a lot of things that I love about superhero movies in that movie, which is why I love the Batman. Sorry. Anyway, moving on. And this movie could have been that. This movie, and that's why I love Sam Raimi's style, ooh, that's not a word. I love his like style in terms of like him being a director. I can't find a word for it, so I'm a film minor and theater major, so this is kind of bad. I just love like his use of cinematography. I really love how he uses his style in this movie, because you could like from like a bunch of shots, you can notice exactly who's the director, who's the backbone of this movie, and it's Sam Raimi and Wanda Maximoff. But it's like this movie kind of relies heavily on that originality of Sam Raimi's style. Without it, it would have just been a casual, regular MCU movie, and that's just a God honest truth. You will watch this movie, and without the acting from Elizabeth Olsen and Sam Raimi's style of his director, there's a word for it. I can't get it. I think it's directorial. I think that's the word, but I ain't stressing it. I just finished my finals. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm trying to say. You deal with it. You rock with it. Let's go. His directorial style. I'm just gonna say it. His directorial style. That is what drives this movie to make it its own unique movie, because I do believe Elizabeth Olsen's acting it's the best acting in the MCU period. Nobody else in the MCU is acting like Elizabeth Olsen. No one is, and I'll get on that when I talk about Wanda. Because I have a lot to say about her. But that's just a grand scheme of everything I feel about in terms of the overall. That was like my feelings towards like the cons, like what I didn't like about it. Because I gave it a 3. Follow me on Letterboxd, link in the description. I gave it a 3.5. I was being judged with that 0.5. I gave it a 3. I gave it a 4 originally. Then I gave it a 3. Then I thought about it more. I said, no, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 just because of Wanda. Just because of Wanda, she got them that extra boost. The reason why I didn't give it a 4 like I would have, like I wanted to, is because I started like playing the movie back in my head, and it just wasn't impactful. Like I didn't get that push from like No Way Home. Though after you watch No Way Home, after like the first 2-3 times, the movie gets a little bad. But with the first couple of watches, you have the time of your life. You still get like emotional with certain things. You still feel that kick. You still feel that kick. And it's a good movie. It's a good movie. And that's why I think I gave it a 4.5 or 4 out of 5. I don't remember what I gave it. But it was a fun time for me. It was a fun time, and it was a good time. And I think that's what they should have tried to do with this. They should at least made the movie good. The movie is okay at best. It's okay at best. It's not good. It's okay at best. And anyway, we're just going to get into the characters. First, we want to talk about Doctor Strange. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange himself, Stephen Strange. Homeboy was outdone in his own movie. He was outdone in his own movie. Here's why I say this. I've seen a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of people on Twitter say, oh, like they balance the characters really well. Wrong. Fuck your opinion. Wrong. You're wrong. They did not balance this movie well in terms of character arcs. You have Doctor Strange, Wanda Maximoff, and you have America Chavez. Hopefully I said her name right. Those 3 characters, each one of these characters are having their own arc within the story. Doctor Strange can't get this girl in any universe. Kind of pathetic. You cannot act right in any universe, so you just consistently lose this one girl who relatively you both love each other, but you just can't get your act right. So you just lose her every time. So that's that. Wanda was. Let's just go through Wanda's backstory for just a little bit. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I get to Wanda. No, I'm gonna say it now. Wanda, with all she has gone through, let's go back to when we first got introduced by Wanda and we got her backstory. The Avengers fucked up her life. 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 Oh, and then she goes crazy because the Avengers fucked up her life. That's just condensed version of what her arc is. Basically, the superheroes who were supposed to help her and be the superheroes fucked her up, and now she's the villain. Now everyone to be mad at Wanda. Now everyone to be mad at Wanda. Even though that's not her character arc in the story, but basically, homegirl loses her kids. Her kids. Her husband is dead, who she had to kill, to then see him get revived and then killed again. Like, where do they do? Like, okay, the main character of this movie, Doctor Strange, is supposed to be the main character, but it's not the main character because I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a flying fig Newton about Doctor Strange and his fucking can't get a girl storyline. I couldn't give a crap. I couldn't. Wanda and America Chavez from a little lesser extent is only two characters I care about in this movie. The only two characters. Wanda lost everything and now she's trying to get it back. She has all the power in the world. They're trying to get it back and she just can't get it. That's sad. That's depressing. America Chavez orphanized herself. I'm not sure orphanized is the word. Orphanized herself because she killed her parents mistakenly, and now she's just walking across the multiverse trying to find either her parents, trying to find herself, trying to control these powers she cannot control, and now she's trying to be hunted by a witch who has lost everything. And I'm supposed to care about a fucking Doctor Strange. I could have cared more about Doctor Strange if Doctor Strange had a more, like, I get like the whole like, are you happy? Are you happy? Like they trying to outdo Beyonce and they failed. Like, are you happy with yourself or whatever? And it just didn't hit. It just didn't hit because maybe I'm just not paying attention to MCU. Doctor Strange never had that kind of like, are you happy arc in his storyline. Because yeah, he saved the multiverse. Yeah, he does this. Yeah, he does this. Yeah, he did this. But it's like, okay. I feel like if they really want to dive into like his guilt and all this stuff about what he did with the Time Stone and all this should have been established already and not just established out of nowhere in this movie. Because the MCU has come. I'm kind of like dancing over the place. Sorry, y'all, but the MCU has kind of made itself like you have to like things add up. Things are now have to add up from previous movies before in order for you to understand a movie now. So the fact that this was just like a boom, he's unhappy. Boom, he can't get this girl. Boom, 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 boom. It's like next, don't care. And I feel as if they would have had a better chance of letting that arc stick a lot harder which would make the movie probably pointless, if they excluded America Chavez. I feel as if she is the main reason as to why he got overtopped, because now there's 3 characters with character arcs in such a condensed amount of time, in which we only have enough room in our hearts to care at max about 2. Okay, the mother who has lost her kids and her husband and wants to get her life back, or the kid who is orphaned and has to travel the multiverse by herself, or the dude who can't get a girl. Which 2 am I going to pick? Probably the one who lost their kids and probably the one who's trying to find herself. I'll probably pick those 2, right? I probably will, because in this movie, yeah, there was kind of like with Doctor Strange, he was like, oh, I'll love you in every universe and all that stuff like that. Like, yeah, that was cute. Yeah, that was like, oh. But it's like, if it wasn't Wanda on screen, I did not give a shit. I did not. Maybe because I'm a Wanda stan. Maybe because I don't like Doctor. I actually love Doctor Strange as a character. I just feel as if they're trying to make him a new Tony Stark, and it's not working. Maybe he is like, I don't read the comics. Maybe he is like that in the comics. But for me in the MCU, Tony Stark was Tony Stark. He's dead. He's in hell. He's dead. Over there, he's out the frame. And I feel as if they're trying to repeat that, like, you know that if it ain't fix it, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think they're trying to keep that formula alive. Okay, like, we're gonna make it like, no, Tony Stark's actions kind of cause consequences within the MCU, like Ultron, Thanos, all these people, like they all kind of tie into Tony Stark. That's what they're trying to do with the multiverse of Doctor Strange. The incursions, the time stone, the blimp, all these things, Wanda, America Chavez, they're trying to make him the catalyst to a lot of future things to happen. And it could work for some, but it just can't work for all. It can't work for all because it just doesn't make sense. And it could have worked. It could have worked if the ramifications from No Way Home leaked into this movie. It could have worked if Doctor Strange got consequences for fucking with the multiverse in No Way Home. It could have worked because that's what the Illuminati was there for. They're like, yo, you fucked up the multiverse in your dimension. We called you here because you fuck shit up. We have to deal with you. And it could have, and that's where I thought they was going with that. But instead, they're just like, oh, okay. They made it to this new universe. They kidnap them. Wanda comes, fucks everybody up. Doctor Strange escapes. Everyone's dead. Okay, that was useless. That was useless. That seemed to have been more impactful, just a little bit more impactful if we did not see it in the trailer. That would have been a perfect way for Doctor Strange's character or this movie surrounding Doctor Strange could have been a hit. It could have been a hit if No Way Home had ramifications. Because it has ramifications for Spider-Man. What about the person who made the fucking spell in the first place? What about the person who opened the multiverse in the first place? What about the person who erased everyone's mind in the first place? What about that? But instead it's like, the reason why he's in the Illuminati or captured by the Illuminati is from another Strange's actions. That doesn't make sense because Strange has a lot of shit he has not dealt with yet. And it's kind of like, where do we go from here? Are we just never going to talk about that? Are we just never going to talk about how he did all that in No Way Home? It's just going to just fly over everybody's heads. Like, okay, like, oh, we don't know what happened. When you relatively do know what happened because they mentioned it in the movie. So it just kind of sucks that this movie, that it wasn't the Doctor Strange movie that I thought it was going to be. And I wish Doctor Strange's character had a better role in it. I wish he just wasn't the supportive, oh, I'm going to help this kid out. And I'm gonna try to get the one I love and can't do it. Like, it just kind of falls flat for me. It just falls flat for me because it could have been a thing if he is just trying to. It could have been another way. It could have worked is if they went into his guilt for giving Thanos the time stone, for the fact that that one person had to make that decision for the entire universe, and that hits. Like, I imagine if I had to make that big decision to kill half the fucking universe, that it would affect me. Even if I was the one that raced, I come back, people's lives are altered. Cats are, like, in the beginning, that's what looked like it was heading in the beginning too. That's why I was kind of excited. When the dude was like, no, my cat died, and like my 2 cats died, and my brother died during the blimp. I wasn't here to see because I was dead. And he's like, was this really the right decision you had to make? Was that the end all be all? And he was like, yes, unfortunately it was. He didn't want to do it, but he had to. That would have been the perfect arc just to keep Strange grounded. He just had too much arcs bouncing around. Are you happy? Do you want to be with her? Do you want to do this? Like, it was a lot of bouncing around, but they didn't, like, each person had that one arc that was centered around things from the past that they had to deal with or learn how to deal with. Instead, Strange was just like, okay, I can't get her. I love you in every universe. Goodbye. Oh, am I happy? I guess. Goodbye. Like, that was just it. It didn't hit. His arc didn't hit. Him for trying to learn to forgive himself. That would have been, let me in the writing room. Let me in the writing room. I will get the MCU back on track. Let me in. MCU, Marvel, Disney, hit me up. I will get the MCU right. I will get it right by next week, because that would have been flawless. Doctor Strange's arc would have been flawless if it was him trying to learn to forgive himself, and he couldn't. And I didn't really feel that. But maybe I need to rewatch the movie. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I didn't see that part. But it didn't really give him forgiving himself. It just gave more of a, I'm just going to forget everything I did. and I'm just gonna do better. Like I don't know. That's what it gave to me. Next, we're gonna talk about Miss Thing herself. We're gonna talk about America Chavez. She was cute. She was a cute addition. She is a cute addition to MCU because I do know she's part of the Young Avengers, and so she will be more in a prominent role like as movies continue. And I think what they did with this movie with her character, I don't know her character in the comics, but with her character, from what I see in this movie, it was established pretty well for me. I think her and Wanda were kind of, I said this before, were the driving force for this movie in terms of emotional weight. And I think the only issue I have with her character, not her character, but the only issue I have with what they did with her character was towards the end of the movie, which just learns her powers, because Doctor Strange said just to trust herself. And I think I needed more of that trusting herself within the movie. I think I needed, like, I understood, like, okay, like she was scared that like she sent her family to whatever multiverse they're in right now, and she kind of feels guilty about it, whatever. And I get that Doctor's like, that wasn't your fault. It was what happened, whatever. And I think I needed that more like her wanting to control it, but just can't, because the only time we actually see her use her powers are when she's scared or when things are happening, whatever. But I think it would have been a nice chance to see her actually try and fail. That would have been a good thing to see. Her try to use her powers and fail. We seen it in the flashback. Okay, flashback. But I want it real time. Like her actively trying to use it to get out of a sticky situation, and she just can't. She just can't get her powers right, and it's eating her alive, because then she can't find her parents if she can't control her powers. She can't get away from Wanda. She can't control her powers. She can't protect herself if she don't know how to use her powers. But instead of just like that one tiny little speech by a fucking zombie made her just like, oh my god, I can use my powers. Sorry, it just didn't hit. It felt empty. The movie felt empty with arcs, and that's why it didn't feel like Spider-Man. I'm gonna keep bringing up No Way Home, because with Spider-Man, there was a clear path of his arc, and the ending ended more of like his actual awakening. Like this is Spider-Man. Before, he was riding on the tail of Tony Stark. Then he was riding the back of Doctor Strange. Then he's trying to balance two worlds that are really hard to balance. And then Aunt May dies, and it all leads up to him becoming Spider-Man. For America Chavez, it was like, oh no, they can't control my powers. Oh no, can't control my powers. Oh no, open a portal by an accident. Oh no, open a portal by an accident. Oh look, got a speech for a dead guy. I know how to use my powers now. It doesn't have any weight to it. It doesn't have any form of, I've worked hard, I've been through shit ton and back, and I made it. It didn't feel like that. It felt like I tried, I fucked up. Powers, got my powers, don't know how to use them now. And imagine she had these powers for a minute. This isn't like she just had these powers like 2 days ago. She had these powers for her whole life. And just now, because she got a speech from somebody that relatively betrayed her like yesterday, I just wish that there was just a more of a oomph with her ending arc. But continuing on from the beginning to the end of the middle, her character was damn near flawless. Seeing her in her little one-liners, her little trying to literally just trying to survive, and just can't. She just doesn't know how to, because for her whole life she's just been running. And I think that was just a good way to establish her character. I just wish her character just had more of an impact, more of okay, this girl's going to mean something in the future. Next character we'll talk about is the Scarlet Witch. How does she do it? I used to do it all the time when WandaVision was coming out. It was like, I don't know, it's like a little something, like playing with somebody's balls. I enjoyed the Scarlet Witch in this movie 98%. I was going to say 100%, but not because of her. Actually, 100%. I didn't like the ending a tad. The ending was a bit... Actually, no, scratch that. 100% of the time, I enjoyed it. I wish I did something else with the killing spree. I wish her kills were kind of accidental more than actual her killing them. For the simple fact that this one line at the end of the movie where she's like, I would never hurt anybody to Billy and Tommy. But then you kind of just think about the entire movie where she's literally killed everybody in her way. But you did hurt people, so you're lying to your kids. And I don't think Wanda will ever do that. She'll probably tell a little white lie, but it would be better if the Scarlet Witch, so mind you, this is I guess she has the Darkhold in her head. I get that she was I guess she is going through grief. I get that she's trying to figure things out. But it would have been cool if it was like a more of a progressive switch instead of just like the way WandaVision ended and then how we just flipped to this and her she's just like a killer.
And I forgot to mention too that though I love Wanda and all her bad bitch crazy excellence, her arc in the beginning was not well established that well either. I feel as if you watch WandaVision, you see her with the Darkhold, and then now this movie she knows about the multiverse and America Chavez and all this other stuff. Now she's just evil now, like, well, evil with quotes. Like, I just feel as if there was a big chunk of Wanda's storyline that was just taken from us, that it felt like it was there, and I feel like they cut it. I feel as if we needed a montage, a literal montage of Wanda slowly becoming crazy would have been perfect. We didn't need an entire season 2 of WandaVision. We didn't need anything. All we needed was a montage of her, like, her time after WandaVision, and that would have been fine enough for us to see, okay, I get it now. Instead of just like this random evil that came out of her out of nowhere, and there was no form of, okay, this is who she is now, or this is who she just became. Instead of it just like oh no, she's evil now. How did that happen? Yeah, the Darkhold, but the Darkhold isn't really that well explained in the MCU regardless. So if somebody saw her mess with the Darkhold, we wouldn't know she turned evil probably until this movie, which sucks. So there you go.
It would have been better for me if during that killing spree where she was like killing everybody, all the Illuminati characters, if she kind of did it accidentally, like, and she had wasted, like, for example, Black Bolt, whatever the hell his name is, when she said what now? That was a bad bitch move, first off.
Thinking back to that montage idea, I feel like that would have ate down. Because imagine, like, when you first get introduced to Wanda and you hear the WandaVision song after she wakes up from the dream, and it's like, what? The vision, what? And imagine if it's that, and it slowly gets darker. Like, imagine the song getting more corrupted as we see her, like, playing with the Darkhold, as we see her finding out America Chavez's existence, after seeing her trying to look for Tommy and Billy in other universes, after seeing her use all these spells, the hexes, all these things. Imagine slowly hearing the WandaVision song, like, deplete, turn completely corrupted, evil, whatever you want to call it. That would have been sick to see. I'm sorry, that would have ate. And we could have done a match cut where she wakes up as, I don't know how they would have done this. I'm not the one making the movie, but imagine if, like, when she wakes up, her eyes open, and then we'd have a match cut to the Scarlet Witch eyes opening with the black fingers. Ooh, let me into the writing room. That ate down. I just fixed the movie. That's it. The movie's perfect. I just fixed it. That would have ate. And if you tell me otherwise, you're lying.
But that part where she's like, what mouth? And then she closes his mouth, and then he starts yelling. Because he's yelling, his powers backfire on him, and he, like, dies. That part is a perfect example of how I think that fight scene should have been entirely. If they want to make her like a killer, that could have progressed more throughout the movie. Like, more like at the end, she's like, oh, fuck it. I already killed all these people by an accident. At this point, I just want my kids. I don't care no more. That would have been a good way to establish that, like, killer aspect of the Scarlet Witch. Because the way with which she killed, not Captain America. What's that girl's name? I don't know her name. I did yesterday. I did when I saw the movie. I just know her name now. I think it was Captain, not Carol. Alexa, what's the girl version of Captain America?
Here's something I found on the web. According to therichest.com, Captain Marvel is sort of the female version of Captain America.
She didn't answer my question. Alexa, who are members of the Illuminati in Marvel?
The members of the Illuminati are Black Bolt, Black Panther, Captain Britain, the Hood, Medusa, and Mr. Fantastic. The Illuminati has 6 members.
Alexa, I didn't ask her about that. You're done.
Here's something I found on reference.
Alexa, stop. I know it's I know her name. It starts with C because I forgot her name. When she was fighting her, it would have been cool if Scarlet Witch like stopped her shield and tossed it, and it ricocheted off something and sliced her in half. That would have been a good way like to display like her Wanda's progression of being a killer when it's just like accidental manslaughter. Then with Mr. Fantastic, could have been where he tried to throw a punch at her and she like does something with her hands and ends up twisting around him and he ends up choking himself out or something like that. I don't fucking know how he could die like that. I don't know. That could have been like a good way for him to die. Professor X, I actually like the way he died was actually kind of cool. I actually wouldn't change that, to be honest. Like that could have been like her peak, like, oh fuck everybody. Or it could have been like the Darkhold version of herself was also like in her head. It was actually Wanda that killed him. It could have been like the Darkhold version herself that killed him. That would have been cool. Captain Marvel, she could have tossed into some type of like, first the way Captain Marvel died in this movie was garbage. Marvel hates black people, confirmed. When she threw her into the statue just fell on her by an accident and killed her. And Wanda's like, damn, well that didn't mean that to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like accidental deaths that could have happened, that could have made it more an emotional effect where, because at the end of the day, it's like, it was just Wanda just killing. It was just literally just Wanda killing for kind of no reason. It was in her way, but it was kind of a little bit like, why she killed? She could just poof them somewhere else. Why kill them? You know what I mean? Like, why kill them? Instead, it could just be like, they try to fight, she fights back, she kills them by an accident. Because she's just too powerful. She's the Scarlet Witch, she's too powerful. That would have been a good way to establish her killing people instead of her just boom, 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 like just everybody's just dead one by one. Like that would have been a better way to handle that. Elizabeth Olsen was acting for her life in this role. Her rent was due. She had her kids fed. Her mother was struggling somewhere in Orlando. She had a life to fight for in this movie. She was not giving up a single ounce of fresh air during this movie. My favorite line by her, and is that when I knew that she was going to be acting for her life in this fucking movie, was when she was like, "You've exhausted my patience for the last time. Just know that even now, this is me being reasonable." And she's just going crazy. Like that was the performance. That was the Oscar right there. That's her Oscar right fucking there. That was it. Another good part that I love the whole every scene with Wanda, but that part when she's coming out the mirror and she's like, when she comes out the mirror, that was tea. That was tea. I was like, is this the fucking ring? Is this the ring? What is happening here? Like her neck was broken, peeling off her skin. Like she came out there, and I said, let's go horror real quick. And it did. That movie was a little bit scary. I'm not a horror geek. I don't really like watching horror movies. So I get jump scared easily. I think another great part of Wanda's that I thoroughly enjoyed was definitely that last scene. That last scene was that was a powerful scene. But she's talking to Billy and Tommy, and she's like, I'll never hurt anybody. Though that line kind of pisses me off. And she's tossing their mama Wanda across the fucking universe. And then when Wanda, like, she's like crying, she's like, damn, like I really fucked shit up. And then the other Wanda grabs her chin and she's like, know that they're loved. And that hit for multiple reasons. But one reason that I was a little bit furious, because if I am Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, and some lesser version of myself who has my kids, granted those are her kids, who have my kids, and she's like, know that they're loved. By who? By whom? Me? I don't got my kids. What do you mean know that they're loved? I want to love my kids. The fuck? Like, at that point, that would be my trigger. I'm like, you know what? Fuck being nice. Boom, 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 boom. Like, everybody's dead. I want my kids. Y'all telling me y'all could give Thanos the time stone. Y'all could fuck up every human's life in New York because they're destroying half the fucking city every time they fucking save it. Y'all can do all that when y'all need to, but when I want my kids, when I want to be a mother, y'all want to make me for my kids? Fuck y'all, bitch. Y'all go all that. That would have been my Joker moment. That would have been I became the Joker. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead.
I just was informed via Twitter that in the Spanish version of the movie, she says, I'll love them for the both of us. And I think that would have been a better line, period, that makes more sense than know that they're loved, because it makes it seem like, okay, you're loving them, but it's not me. I want my kids. So I love for both of us hits harder. I think I would have been crying if I heard that, actually.
Wanda just outsold everybody. Wanda was just the MVP this entire movie. She needs her solo film. And if y'all think the Scarlet Witch is dead at the end of that movie, y'all are fucking insane. That bitch is not dead. Wanda is not dying by some fucking pebbles. That girl been through multiverses. That girl been drowned by water. She has been through thick and thin multiple times. She'll be perfectly fine by some fucking rocks. As you see, she teleported. She's fine. Homegirl fine. Moving on, Christine. She was a good addition to this movie for the fact that if she did not exist in this movie, Doctor Strange's character arc would have been garbage. It's not garbage now, but it's close to garbage. But it would have been even worse than it was before. It would have been terrible. What sucks most, her character wasn't well established before. Her character is now getting established. Granted, it's not even her version of herself. It's another version of herself. But it would have been perfect if we got that feeling that she's the one that got away. Hold on. Follow me like you've been following me for the last 45 minutes. Follow me. Doctor Strange's story arc could have been good without changing anything if only they made Catherine an important character, an established character before. After Doctor Strange 1, Catherine disappears. She's gone. She's not in any, like, I don't remember her being in anything else besides that. But there's no, like, she wasn't in, like, WandaVision. She wasn't in, like, any of the new shows. She wasn't in any of the Avengers movies. Wasn't any of this. Wasn't any of this. Instead, she's just like a person who was in the first Doctor Strange movie, disappears for a while. Mind you, Doctor Strange came out 2016. It's like 6 years now. Hasn't been in any movies, any shows, any forms of media for the past 6 years. And then now, we're supposed to just be like, oh my God, she's the one that got away. Oh my God, they love each other. They need to be together so much. It didn't give let me root for them. It did not give let me root for them. It did not give Doctor Strange and Kathleen to get together right now. That could have been a perfect way to establish her character, giving her an actual character instead of being Doctor Strange's ex-boo. That's all she was in the movie, Doctor Strange's ex-boo. And it sucked. Her character, frankly, was useless. Her character was frankly useless in the story because her character did not exist outside of Doctor Strange. Why does she not have her own character? Why does she not have her own type of world of her own? Instead, she's just placed here and we're just supposed to just ride with it. And it's like, who is she? Who is Captain? Outside of just giving Doctor Strange that extra oomph of a story arc, she's useless in the story. I don't think she gave much of what she was supposed to, which I thought she was going to give from the trailers. But I'm thinking she's this character who's going to be helping Doctor Strange out, I think she's gonna exist outside of Doctor Strange. I thought she's gonna have her own character arc too. Her character did not hit, and that's all I have to say about her character because she's frankly like she was cute. Like it was a cute little introduction to this MCU. But besides that, I'm pretty sure she's done after this. She's rendered useless. Next character we're gonna talk about is Wong. Wong will forever be famous. Wong will forever be famous because Wong is always going to be the one who stands up for what is right. And though he and Wanda had the differences in this movie, he's like, Wanda, I get that I get your grief, but you're going to kill a child in return. Like, do you really want to do that, Wanda? Like, he was just trying to talk to her. She did throw him over a cliff. I thought he was going to die. That would have been a good way to end this movie. That would have been a good way to have some ramifications for this movie, because I'll get into that after I talk about this. But I do think this movie needed ramifications, but we'll get into that later. But his character would have been good it would have been good if he died, to be honest. I love Wong, but it would have been really good, like, if he died. That would have been a good hitter. But just frankly, I just think the Illuminati was frankly stupid in their decision to not worry about Wanda. Their priority was worried about a Doctor Strange who doesn't even exist in their universe. You're stupid. I'm here to tell that you're stupid. You make no sense. You're scared that this Doctor Strange who you don't even know is the same person who's the same as your Doctor Strange, could have been the best guy in the entire world. We're going to put all our focus on you and execute you even though there's an entire Scarlet Witch coming our way. Because we could handle her. We can handle her. How did that end up? Did you handle her? Was she handled? Was she put on a bag? Did you handle her well? No. You all died a miserable, pathetic, terrible, and gruesome death because you're stupid. Overall, I said how I felt about this movie in the beginning, and I stand by that. It has not altered or changed at all since filming this video. I do wish that this movie had ramifications. I do wish this movie had some form of impact. Instead, this movie had nothing but dead weight. I'm just tired of like MCU movies establishing themselves to be these big blockbusters that are going to like shake the universe for what it is, and it gives us nothing. I feel like they put all their eggs in a basket and didn't know what to do with it and said, fuck. We have to introduce the Illuminati. We have to introduce the Scarlet Witch as a character now. We have to introduce America Chavez. We have to introduce Doctor Strange's character arc. We have to introduce the multiverse. We have to introduce all these pieces in a 1-2 hour, like 30 minutes, I think it was, 2 hour, 30-minute movie. This movie, frankly, needed that. I think it was supposed to be 3 hours, but they cut it to 2 hours and 30. This movie needed that 30 minutes. This movie needed that 30 minutes to just establish something else. Something else that meant something to me. Because instead, all of this happens in the movie, and we end at the exact same spot we were at when it started. Scarlet Witch, MIA. America Chavez is now, only thing is America Chavez being a part of this universe now. Nothing has changed. Nobody's died an impactful death. There's no form of, hey, we fucked up bad. Here are the consequences. Here what has happened because of all of this that has happened in the movie. Instead, it's like, oh, Wanda's gone. Oh, America Chavez is part of the magic shit now. Oh, Doctor Strange is still not the Sorcerer Supreme. Wong is still the Sorcerer Supreme, still alive. All these things that have happened in this movie have no ramifications. Nothing bad happens to anybody but Wanda. Her having just given the brunt of everything where everyone gets to just live happy lives is kind of heartbreaking. I just wish that she just wasn't the only driving force for emotional connection. I feel like even an MCU should have that. The fact that it's all relying on one person is very dangerous, and I'm really scared for the MCU's future. Can you talk about that post-credit scene? We had 2 post-credit scenes, and both of them meant nothing to me. First one, useless. Didn't care about Strange getting a fucking third eye. You have to go through this multiverse with some purple girl. Don't know who she is. Sorry if I don't know who she is. But it just didn't feel like, oh wait, it just happened randomly. There was no form of like something happening because of something. And then we have the second one, where the dude is punching himself. I sat my black ass in a movie theater for 20 extra minutes to see 2 post-credit scenes. And one of them, you decide to give me, if you try to give me one that's comedy, I don't care about this random hot dog stand person who got punched in the face multiple times by himself. I frankly don't give a shit. So why would you put that in there? Why wouldn't you give me a post-credit scene about the Scarlet Witch? Maybe something about like when the building is crashing and then like she like maybe like hears Billy and Tommy again or something like that. Or maybe like she like, when she see that big red flash, it gives Wanda's perspective of how that happened, what happened in that moment. That would have been a good way to end the movie. Now, what I have to do, or what we have to do, we have to wait till WandaVision 2, if it happens, season 2, if it happens. We just have to wait. I'm tired of waiting for this fucking MCU. I'm sick and tired of it, to be honest. I'm just bored, kind of. I really am. But one last comment before I go, though. The MCU CGI is getting worse. The CGI and the green screen, I say this green screen is getting worse. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I feel like I'm watching fucking Descendants 3 and Sharkboy and Lava Girl every time I watch the MCU. Like the last good CGI, frankly, the last good MCU movie that has aged beautifully is Civil War. The last one. Don't argue with me. Argue with the fuck ass wall. That's how I feel about it. And that's what it is. Anyway, once again, thank you guys for subscribing. All this new subscribers that has joined this little family. Thank you guys for watching me. Thank you guys for watching all of this. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for commenting. Thank you guys so much for being my supporters. I enjoy and I love you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.